How is it that the incoming president wants a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but we just had a judge approve the sale of over 69,000 Bitcoin for the US government? Why are we not on the same page? Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Jimmy. This is Mind Beyond. If you are joining us for the first time, I buy Bitcoin every single day of the week. $7.25 is what I do. It's what I'm doing, and I've been doing it since September of 2024. And I want to get right into it. But if you caught what I said in the beginning of this video, man, why are we so disconnected in our government? I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. But let's get right into the results from this week. So coming on over to our spreadsheet, as you can see, we are in week 8 here. This is week 8. I took this screenshot this morning. Right now, the balance at the time of me screenshotting it was 803.09. Actual invested was $704.30. I had a profit of $98 total currently, down $32 from the previous week. And right now profit's sitting at $14. And our accumulation continues to go up as we're still buying, but also our average buying price continues to go up. And right now the price of Bitcoin at my time of taking this screenshot was $94,428.08. And then coming on over into the Robinhood, you can see that this is actually still here. So it's a little bit less than before. It's a little bit less than when I screenshotted it. You have this here sitting at 13%, 13.87%. And you can still see that this is my average purchase cost, okay? What I really would like to talk about is why Bitcoin proceeded to crash somewhat this week. It was really high earlier in the weekend and early on during the week, and then it just completely plummeted. And I want to talk about this right here. The US government has not liquidated over 69,000 Bitcoin that it seized from Silk Road, but the news that really spiked all this was that the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of California, of course, has signed off on the U.S. government's liquidation of over 69,000 Bitcoin seized from individual X connected to Russ Ulbricht's Silk Road. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is that you can actually track this Bitcoin on chain, and none of the Bitcoin has actually been sold yet, which is great. The problem is just the news and the fact that a judge approved or gave the right or signed off for the US to go ahead and proceed with selling the Bitcoin potentially. That was enough to cause widespread panic in the market. So this ruling actually took place December 30th, and the news broke shortly after. And as you can clearly see, the US government's wallet still contains the 69,370 Bitcoin, and it's easily verifiable on chain. One thing that's important to note is that the government still can't just go ahead and sell this if they want to. There are still steps and procedures that need to take place prior to them selling. And I want you guys to pay attention to this portion right here, is because some observers speculated that the Department of Justice could sell the Bitcoin prior to President Trump's inauguration on January 20th. However, that doesn't mean the sale of the Silk Road Bitcoin will happen imminently. My first point being is, if we have an incoming president that wants to get legislation in place to potentially set up a strategic reserve of an asset that's going to appreciate over time and benefit our country, why is it that we have some people that are still in office right now that are trying to hinder that, right? Because if we sell 69,000 Bitcoin right now at the prices that it is, it's definitely going to tank the market. But guess what? Wherever that entry price was for that 69,000 Bitcoin, guess what? That entry is just going to increase when we actually do a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's counterintuitive. So let's come over to the fear and greed index, and you'll see we're back under neutral, right? We're still in that neutral territory. We're under 50, and this is great. Like, you know, you want to keep buying. Even if price goes down even further, you still want to keep buying, because guess what? You're getting those lower entries, you're getting those gains, right? We don't have 69,000 Bitcoin, so it doesn't matter to us. We need to be accumulating right now. At this point, we just need to continue to accumulate and continue to follow the plan. So going back to what I spoke about the last time, just specifically in Bitcoin, you can see we've already broken this trend. We were in this rising channel, and we broke out, right? Tested this upper portion of the broadening formation, went back up, tested the bottom of breaking that again and liquidating shorts here, and then we push back down again to test again, right? So honestly, to me, this is really bearish for Bitcoin. And I personally think at some point we're going to break this level here and tap into this fair value gap. So when talking about the fear and greed index in the stock market, you can clearly see that there's panic. There is fear in the market. Interest rates are still at 7.5%. Inflation has gone down. It's at 2.7%, but it's up just a little bit at 0.1%. But unemployment is at a new low. GDP is up. This is why people are fearful, because not only did the US Fed minutes come out from December stating that it's going to be really close for a 25% rate cut this year, but also the declining unemployment is playing a huge factor into the rate cuts. If unemployment is going down and the GDP is going up, there's no reason to cut rates, which means we're going to stay at these rates much longer, which means that however hard it is to get money right now, it's going to stay that way and it won't ease up until they reduce rates again. So it's really important for you to tie those two things together. And that's how you put together the thesis of the market pulling back. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I really appreciate you coming through and showing love at all times. If you enjoyed that, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like the next video that comes out next week. Be sure to share this with a friend so they can gain this knowledge and learn how the markets work and how the fundamentals work as well as they continue to plot their financial future. Guess what? I love you. Love yourself back. I will catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.